Hi and welcome. Just a quick disclaimer up front, as usual. It's my opinions. I'm not the fact person. Go. Other people do that. It's purely my opinions. Don't sue me. And also, I swear. So, last night, getting into bed, saw this thing. I saw this news article. Rishi Sunak and hold on a minute. I have to read it. I can't say anything but Savage Jabbit, because that's what I know him as. What's his name? Sajid Javid, right? The Savage Jabbit guy, right? Rishi Sunak and SJ have resigned from the cabinet along with several other people. Right? I was like, fucking hell, the Hadron Collider actually worked. We've gone into another space-time continuum here. Oh yeah, just on a quick side note, quick tangent. We didn't die. Yay, go on. But they had their frotting contest. So, like, I'm sure they're feeling very smug. I'm sure Brian Cox has still got his erection. Anyway, that's by the by. So all of a sudden, boff. Now, for the last 2 years, I don't know whether you've noticed, but we've been going through an existential crisis. I'm sure they've called it other. It's a health crisis, it's a this crisis, it's a fucking existential crisis. And Rishi Sunak and SJ have been partly responsible for this. For 2 years, they have coerced the British public, they've destroyed freedoms, they forced people into clinical trials saying it's for their health benefit. And well, if you're a football, it's not a good season to be a football player, let's put it that way. Shit is about to hit. Shit's already hitting the fan. I know people who've lost their lives. Well, one in particular that is absolutely no way you can get away around it. But it's happening more. People are dropping sudden and unexpectedly. The news articles are like, changing your duvet cover will give you a heart attack. So many things will give you a heart attack and a stroke. Breathing too much in one day. Literally, it's almost like there's something that out there that does cause heart attacks and strokes, and they're trying desperately to point you in a different direction, any different direction. Just don't focus on that one. But anyway, these two guys are in part responsible for this shit that we've been going through for 2 years, these freedoms and liberties that have been eroded. The NHS service that's basically clinging on by a thread at this point. People are, the backlogs, and still now, and I know this, definitely with the eye department, because my son's having a squint done. And literally every time we've been to that hospital, there's nobody in that department but hers. Now, whether they're staggering appointments, I don't work for the NHS, I couldn't say. But it looks like they're staggering appointments so that people don't bump into each other, so they don't, catch this thing, which over 2 years has proved to be little more than the flu, and they're still using it. Still using it as a fear fucking tactic, and people are still falling for the fucker. I don't get it. Anyways, right, whether it's something to do with that, I don't know the real reason. But allegedly, from what I can glean, the reason that these two chaps, after spending 2 years fucking the British public up the jacksie and literally putting us into this dystopian nightmare that we currently call England, right? After that, not a shred of remorse in either of them. No humanity at all. Complete robots just doing their job. Now, apparently, they've walked out because Boris employed in February, we're now in July, Boris employed in February a guy who's been done for sexual assault against men, against politicians, date raping, I think, drugging them. They're waking up. Old Chris Pincher is having a diddle, and basically he's been fired. He's not been investigated by the police for date rape, which is a criminal offence, I'm sure, to actually sexually, it's not sexual abuse. It's not. Drugging somebody, having them waking up, just going for a casual drink with a fella, waking up and he's fucking pissing about with your junk. No, that's not sexual abuse. That's inappropriate behaviour. So he's just been, oh, well, let's just not give it. You know, we'll take the job title back, right? So let's face it. Right, no, get to that bit in a minute. So basically, Boris has said, like, no, we'll give that job to somebody else because it's inappropriate to be raping men, right? Inappropriate. Shush, get to the point. So yeah. So from what I can glean, from what the newspapers are saying, obviously they don't always say things completely factually, but from what I can glean, the reason these have left their jobs is because Boris knew when he employed this fella that he was a male rapist. And because Boris Johnson, it's come out, another sleazy thing is now Mrs. giving him head when he was with his ex-missus. It's not sleazy enough. Having a party with the gays in the afternoon on his birthday. 3 parties in one day when we were in lockdown. Not enough sleaze. But all of a sudden, it's, oh, heaven forbid you should have hired this man months ago when you knew he was a inappropriate behaviour man, whatever they call him. His behaviour was inappropriate and you hired him anyway. So now that particular thing has come out in the news, we're giving away our careers. We've literally shown for 2 years straight we don't have a shred of moral decency between us, and we don't care how many people die for the lies that we're spitting. We have no moral compass. We aren't acting humanely. And yet, all of a sudden, it comes out that you knew, and let's face it, they'll have known as well. You know, like, it won't be a secret. These people are all sexual deviants. Well, not all. Naughty bad Carrie Ann. The majority of them are sexual deviants. You've got to go, like, literally, the amount of pedos in Parliament is absolutely astronomical. Obviously, a lot of them also take cocaine on the premises, which has been proven as well. These people, oh, look at what's his name? The guy from Leicester, Keith Vaz. Shamed, mate. Rent boys and cocaine. And it is, I only know that because I paid attention to that one because it's from Leicester. But there are a lot. Oh, Greville Janner, obviously, also from Leicester. He, serial, because if you don't say it out loud, don't count. All right, yeah, entertained 14-year-old boys at the Holiday Inn in Leicester. The police had enough dirt on him to arrest him. They were going to do a daytime morning raid. Right, we've got it. We've got this guy banged to rights. He's abused enough kids. We are taking him down. And the night before, they were going to go and arrest him. Came from above. This year's again. Trademark. The word comes from above. You can't arrest an MP. End of. Right? And he went on to go into the House of Lords, and then bugger me when he actually got brought around to it, because obviously it's these things are seen, it's more welcome these days to be able to hold people to account. And it's like, oh no, he's got dementia, oh no, he's dropped it, oh well, that's the end of that then. No, because he was allowed to do it for fucking decades, mate. And the ones who are doing it now, it's like, it's all this bloody historical child abuse. It's happening now. So this Chris Pincher fella, this bloke who's fiddling the doodahs, it's like, if they thought it was wrong, and it is wrong because it's illegal to touch people's diddlies without their consent, especially if you drug them first. Don't get me wrong, not a legal professional. Tell me if I'm wrong. Put your answer in the comments below. Oh, just as on a side note, if you do like my videos, please consider subscribing and liking and sharing with your friends, because we're a team just like they are, and the bigger we grow our team, so I want to be on everybody's team, and I want us all to get together so that we can just tell these people to fuck off. Anyways, back to the point. I don't think that that's the reason that Sunak and Javid, RJ, SJ, suddenly the name of RJ gets. These two guys, I don't think for a minute, after all they've been through and what they're guilty of, left because it was found out that Boris knew about something, because they've stuck with him when he had parties. They turned up to his fucking parties, probably, when we were all in lockdown. They've lied through their back teeth, and they are responsible for the death of people that they are employed to run the lives of. And now it's like, oh God, well, he's, you know, like, not he employed him. It's like, oh, well, he knew when he employed him that he was diddling. So do they just stand up for fully grown men that work in their own building? Because kids, women, like, literally, these people are not good guys. And the sooner that we realise that, the sooner they'll all fuck off. Anyways, my guess is, you know, it doesn't, the actual line, the company line, doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever, right? Funnily enough. I think that there's something behind the scenes, like, you know, like Humpty Dumpty pushing before he, jumping before he's pushed, that kind of thing. Rats deserting a sinking ship. Maybe something is going to come, and if they're not in their jobs when it hits, it's going to be better for them in the long run. You know, they saved their own skin. They're not doing this for what's right and what's wrong. They don't behave that way. Look at their track record. So yeah, no answers. But like I said at the beginning, do you know what I mean? These are just my opinions. But I don't think for a minute that what we're being told is what's actually happened. Is what's actually happened. They don't act that way. They've never acted that way, and they're not going to start now. And they're not going to all of a sudden, oh, fucking hell, Lord, I've just found in my back pocket a moral compass. Oh, look at that. Oh my God. Oh my God, it's inappropriate to be touching people without their consent. Oh my God, and he knew about it. Well, I must resign. I must throw away this seat that I hold, because heaven forbid anybody should look at me as bad too. Anyway, let me know what you think. Let's have a chit chat, and I shall speak to you soon. Bye.